Does resilience sort of provide an early window into subclinical conditions, like where symptoms still don't exist, but don't exist to meet some sort of threshold for a disease, but
Mm-hmm.
you're already getting a early warning indicator that you might not be diabetic as yet, you may not even be pre-diabetic,
But
but
your A1C is elevated and your glucose is spiking. Sure. Yeah, I think this is where resilience actually really shines because rather than having, so currently we have these definitions of disease, right, which require thresholds and cutoffs, and then we only do something about it once you have a particular disease. By being able to instead move toward health, we're always building resilient capacity, right? So we're always preventing disease, and you don't have to wait for a particular symptom to show up or for it to get to a particular point. I think that's a really key reason why resilience is better than traditional sort of preventive health. But there are particular subclinical conditions where, well, so for example, research shows that folks who have some level of psychological resilience are able to deal with disease better. And there are examples of with tradition. Conversely, someone who doesn't have a disease might have labs or other indications of a disease, right? This is the cutoff problem that medicine has, and that then they overtreat people for a condition that they may not have. And I think resilience adopts this idea of this dynamic testing and being able to handle dynamic situations. So, and I think a good example there is with so folks who have an elevated TSH are often treated with thyroid hormones, even though they don't have a problem. And that overtreatment results in a whole bunch of downstream conditions that are unnecessary. And if you're monitoring and thinking about resilience rather than thinking about a condition that needs to be treated, there are other ways to deal with that, and you don't have this issue.
So let me try and parse that out, what you just said, because I think that's a very, very critical point there. Today, if you do your labs, your TSH comes back at a certain level that happens to be above a certain threshold that's defined according to some protocol, you're immediately put onto thyroid medication.
Right.
And now you're not giving your body a chance to kick in, the resilience of the body to kick in and solve that problem. You're now almost getting your body used to medication.
Right.
And in that sense, we're doing our bodies a disservice. You have to sort of let some random threshold not decide. It has to be decided based on a number of other parameters that are a function of how resilient your body is. If it's not, maybe medication is still the right thing. But if it is,
yeah,
give your body a chance to fight. Is that the right interpretation?
Yeah, well, and I think that just the framework is off in that case. So the idea that there's a particular threshold over which you should give a medication is just the wrong way to approach the problem, right? And resilience has a better way to approach the problem by doing, I mean, if you got that TSH result, you would ideally then do some sort of a dynamic test or look at that change over time and then prescribe accordingly, right? So you would see whether it was a fluctuation that was due to your body's adaptation or whether it was actually a longer term issue that needed support and medication.